good evening. It is Thursday, I think the 20th of August 2015. Are we recording all right? Yes, we are. Welcome to Yorkshire in the United Kingdom. This is the Shortwave Show. I am your host, James, and we are here again. Couple of things we need to explain before we get on with the show. First of all, I decided that I should probably have a shave before recording this episode because I had a bit of a beard. And, well, not a bit of one, it's stubble and it looks scruffy and everything. Unfortunately, I've cut my face. So, it looks like I've been in a fight. Looks like someone's come and punched me in the face. Yeah, officer. There was three of them, and it was completely unprovoked. Yeah. So, we're going to have to deal with that this week. And the second thing we are going to have to deal with, we have got a bit of annoying hiss in the background of this. And that is rather unfortunate. I cannot work out what's wrong. It's just going tss. You know what audio hiss is, for goodness sake. So we are going to have to deal with that this week. I don't know what's going on, to be completely honest with you, but we'll get through it. This is our second episode. Some would say the difficult second episode. Why is episode 2 always difficult? Well, you make episode 1, and then you sort of have to do it again and maybe prove to you, the audience, that you can do it again. And it has to be as good as episode 1, if not better. Fortunately for me, I don't think it's going to be that hard because, last week didn't even exist. Failed already. The week before last, that was terrible. So it shouldn't be hard to beat that. Anyway, last week over on the Just Try My Best James YouTube channel, I made a video with my friend Sam Marsden, and you may have noticed in one of the clips that I did censor some people. I don't mean a swear word because some person at the side of us decided to swear while I was filming, so I censored that. But I also censored the people's faces. I blurred them out so that you couldn't tell who they were. And there was a very good reason for that. I didn't want anyone to be published on the internet if they didn't want to be, so I just blurred everybody out. And the truth is, as I have learned through my sixth form and university, the business of media can be a legal minefield. That's no exaggeration. So I just wanted to cover myself. Legal minefield is interesting though, because recently Britain's Got Talent, the talent show, has had a bit of problems of its own. Do you remember? I think it was this year. Yeah, I'm sure it was this year. The winner of the final. I'm sorry, I can't remember her name, but it was a performing dog act, and what wasn't revealed to us is in the final she used 2 different dogs. Now, this isn't really a problem because 2 great dogs, but it's the fact that this information was hidden from us and the fact that we didn't know there was 2 dogs that maybe it was just a bit miscommunicated, and that maybe upset some people. And rightly so, I can't comment on that. And actually, Ofcom, the regulation body that governs the UK broadcasting, I believe if you're an American viewer, as if anyone's watching this at all, if you're from America, I think it's similar to the FCC, but I do apologise if I'm wrong about that. The Ofcom received over 1,000 complaints about this. Not sure if that's Jeremy Clarkson level. I'm just kidding. But Ofcom, after an investigation, ruled that ITV had indeed misled its viewers, although they did acknowledge that they didn't actually intend to mislead their viewers. So it just proves to you how careful you need to be in this business. ITV, incidentally, are going to pay back the viewers who voted in the paid phone voting systems, people who've actually paid to vote on the phone, not the app. But the truth is, ITV are in real big trouble over this. I mean, really, they are in big trouble. I mean, they're really in the doghouse over this. Ha ha! Yeah, I'm making jokes about topical things. We'll be right back, everybody. Thanks for joining us. We will be right back. Hi, how are you doing? Just give me a minute. We'll be right back in a second, everybody. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to the Shortwave Show. It is, oh dear me. Welcome. What happened just as we had the ad break, I played the little theme song that enabled me to put the microphone back, adjust the camera, get my script ready, and the music ran out, so I had to take a doubly long break. You don't even need to know that because you won't have noticed, but I'm glad I told you. Anyway, we have got no guests tonight. The chair, once again, is sat very lonely and very empty. I should be used to that by now, though. It's just what we've got to live with. Right. I've just paused. And I don't know why. Something weird must be going on. What is going on? I don't know, I just got distracted. Anyway, we have got a new segment, though. We have got a brand new segment tonight. Generally, when you get a brand new show, you get new segments quite quickly. This new segment tonight is called The Shredder, and it's coming up a little bit later on tonight. And first of all, though, I'd like to say something. My friend at university is one of my friends, I should say. Lewis Schofield has formed a little production crew, and very soon, I don't know when because I haven't been in touch with him for a little while, they are starting a little podcast of their own. I believe, unless they've changed the name, it's called The Chat Room. And I just wanted to say I wish you guys all the very best of luck from someone who's trying to start their own new thing. Best of luck, guys, but now it is time on the Shortwave Show for viewer mail. Isn't that very exciting? Last week we had a lot of videos on the Just Try My Best James channel. In fact, we had 7. And genuinely, at the start of that week, I said I was going to make 5. No, I didn't say. I planned that I was going to have 5 videos, but I might have accidentally implied that I was going to make 7. So I'm quite exhausted, and that's why no summer vlog has been published on the side channel so far. At time of recording, I hopefully will have at least got it uploaded by then. So we have got some comments from people this week. We've got quite a few. So this week we can do real viewer mail instead of fake viewer mail like I normally do. Anyway, what was the first comment? The first comment's from the Sam Marsden, obviously, because I think he's the only person who watches this channel. Although we have reached 50 subscribers, so that's something over on the main channel. The Art Attack failure video. I think I've got the disaster up here. I found a place for it. Remember to talk into the microphone, James. You're very new, but at least remember talking to the microphone. Oh dear me. I'm coughing again in my broadcast. I really need to bring water up with me when I'm going to be talking for a while. do you remember when the cat sort of ruined my set? And he says, Sam says, never work with animals on set. Ain't you learnt that by now? Remember? Yes. Me and Sam and back in sixth form and my class of IT students, because I did IT, we went on, it was a photography module, and we went on a trip to take some photographs, and it was by the seaside. I'm not going to say where, but what happened, I was walking down with my camera, professional, not really professional, anyway, and what happened? A seagull flew by, and it pooed on me. It pooed on me. It did a poo on me. I was mortified. I'm over it by now, though. Not really. Still haunts me to this day. Next thing, I also complained about the suspension in Sam's car. You remember later in the week, me and Sam did a collaboration video, my first ever collab video, and I complained about the suspension, and he said, don't diss my crappy Micra. Sam, I wouldn't dream of it. Although, to be fair, it wasn't really designed for, driving on a thing called grass. What else? Oh, I was talking about this Shortwave Show in a video this week, and Sam said that I should look at the Ricky Gervais show. So, yes, I did actually take a look at that. So, if you'd excuse me, just to get this podcast sort of going, I need to fake call Carl Pilkington. Be with you in a minute. Oh, hello, is that Carl? Oh, good. Would you like to join me on the show? Now, what I normally need to do at this point is burst out laughing completely, okay? So, just excuse me while I do that. Might need to turn the sound down a bit. Oh, dear me. That's that done, and now I would like to apologise to Ricky Gervais, Carl Pilkington and Steve Merchant for mocking them ever so slightly. That's what happened in the podcast as far as I can tell. Carl said something, they laughed. That's as far as I can tell what happened. Sorry. Yes, at the beginning of the week I threw together a video, have I got time to this? I'll make time, it's my show. And I made a video, or threw it together, about how I was bitten by ants. And Joey, who's a newbie to the Just From Best James network, commented, "You shall now be known as Ant-Man." So, thank you, Joey, I shall embrace that. Now, what should my superpower be? What would be my superpower? I'd imagine it's probably getting the bad guys and fighting crime by biting them on the ankles. Yeah. And who's my arch enemy? My arch enemy will probably be the lady with the bug spray. She's going to come around and try and kill us off that way. I suppose actually Ant-Man could be the evil one. Ant-Man could be evil. So what am I trying to do? I'm trying to take over the world, and how do I do that? Well, of course I find the world leaders and bite them on their ankles and somehow take over the world by that. And who tries to stop me? I know, the lady with the can of bug spray. We'll be right back, everyone. Welcome back, everybody. Oh, dear me. Right, it's nice to see you again. That, I've just shown you to the camera, it was Ant-Man. I drew Ant-Man for you there. And now, last week on Just Try My Best James, I joked around with what I could do with this show. And I tore up some stuff that I didn't like in one little segment, and I tore up, actually it was one piece of paper with stuff I hate on it, and I said that I hate people who write H8 instead of hate. I don't really hate them, I just thought it was fun. The thing is, I enjoyed doing that so much, I decided to make it a regular segment. So, ladies and gentlemen, oh, and before, this is professional, and so, I've decided to do that, but with the one element of improvement that I decided to do. So, it's time to disturb everyone downstairs with a lot of noise with this segment I like to call the Shredder. The Shredder. It's time to shred stuff that I don't like. Let me move that a bit forward. So, first of all, we are going to start with people who have dogs and they let their dogs do a poo, and they then tie it up like any normal person would, and then they throw the bag of poop into a tree. That clearly is going in the shredder. What? Why? I've heard of this happening. Genuine people, dog owners, not all dog owners, just a few, one or two. I know it's been happening around here. I've seen bags of poo hanging from a tree. This isn't a joke. I've heard of this happening. So, people who throw bags of poo into a tree, in you go. My God, that is loud. Wow, that is loud. Okay, that startled me a bit. Secondly, thing that's going in the shredder is my sensitive pressure points. Not going to talk anything about that. Okay. I have a feeling I'm disturbing people downstairs, so we'll get through this quickly, maybe. People in school who told me to grow up. Now, this is interesting, because the truth is, this is actually going in something else. This is going in the box of awesome. Because the truth is, they were right. So in you go there. Next one. Commenters who say that I'm now wasting paper by doing this segment. The truth is, this is recycled paper. In fact, in all honesty, it's a pizza box. So you're going in. Okay, now social media death trolls is another one. I must apologise, I'm going quickly. You know, people who write, why is this keyboard bouncing? You must post 25 photos on Instagram before midnight or you will die. And if you stop reading this comment that I've written, you will die tonight. So, social media death trolls, you're going in the shredder and you're never coming back. Eliminating stuff from the world I hate. Next thing, technology that doesn't last. Have you noticed how technology just doesn't last? In here somewhere is an old computer. It's 10 years old. We got it in the year 2001, and it finally packed up in 2013. That's a lot of service that computer's given us. And if you remember, I may have mentioned it once or twice, my laptop that it must be a year and a half, maybe more than that now. Now it is done. I mean, completely. I know it should have lasted longer. It's a bit of a thing, but it's done. The screen snapped off. It's just done for. And this tablet, the tablet I'm using to play the jingles, this is so slow, and it's probably getting on for 2 years old now. And they've released 2 new models since I bought that. 2 years old, and it's so slow. So technology that doesn't last is going straight in my shredder. Yes. And the last one, forget smoke alarm batteries. This isn't saying don't put smoke alarm batteries in. Let me explain. You know that annoying pip that hams? I'm not complaining about that. That's very useful. I'm complaining about the fact that when you forget to change them, you hear the pip, you forget to change them, and you have the horror of attempting to get to sleep through the pips. You don't even think about taking the battery out, because A, that is exceptionally dangerous, and you could be killed frantically, and you did it. You forgot to put the battery in, so you got to sleep through it. It's still annoying, and it's still going in the shredder, because quite frankly, I like shredding stuff. In you go. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the shredder. And that is also, ladies and gentlemen, our show. Thank you so much for joining us again. We will see you next Thursday. Good night, everybody. Have a nice sleep. Good night.